Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to bring you guys some Beast Mastery guide action. I'm trying to release guides for all the specs, more PvP related than PvE, but I mean, you could use it for PvE, I guess, because it's kind of the same thing, where your abilities definitely have a certain priority, but in PvP, you're not going to use kill command as much because it doesn't do as much damage as it does in PvE. So, just a warning right there. First thing we'll go over. How's an early voice crack? First thing we're going to go over is the top row of talents. I always take away the Cobra, and I'll explain that later. Basically, increases the damage of Cobra Shot by 10% for every pet you have active. So right now you have 20% extra damage. If you use those two, it's going to be 40% extra damage. Second, I use Stomp. I don't think Dire Frenzy is the best right now. I'd rather have multiple pets out, and I'd rather it synergize well with Way of the Cobra. I don't think Chimera Shot's really worth using in many situations unless there's going to be two targets right next to each other. Like 70% of the time maybe I'd use it, but I've never used Chimera Shot, so I wouldn't suggest you do either. Stomp, I take Stomp just because it's AoE flat physical damage whenever you summon a pet in, whenever you use Dire Beast, so it's just extra damage. I use Trailblazer for the movement speed whenever I haven't been attacked for 3 seconds. I will use Far Strider. You're going to get a lot of disengages, and then you can use this against, like, mages. Someone who has a lot of slows you'd want to use Post Haste against. Maybe Rogue, Demon Hunter. I don't know, really any melee that you're trying to kite out a lot. Trailblazer, I just use it because it's passive, and I don't have to really think about it. And it helps me run faster. And I should close TSM. Sorry about that. Okay, for level 60 talents, I don't take Bestial Fury. Reason being, it was good when Kill Command did a lot of damage, and now that Kill Command got nerfed in PvP, I don't think it's really worth it. 15% damage isn't that much of an increase, even with spamming Kill Command. Blink Strikes, I haven't used this since like 7.0 or 7.1. It just doesn't seem like a viable talent to me. If you're having trouble keeping your pets on people, then I guess take it. And your pets will do somewhat increased damage too. But the one I do go with almost all the time is One of the Pack, and this is probably what the build is most based off of, really. Basically, whenever you crit, you have a 30% chance to reset the cooldown on your Dire Beast. So, let's say you use Dire Beast, you're auto-shotting. I'll try to get a crit here. So you're just gonna auto shot. I'll see how many procs I can get, if I can get any soon. Basically, whenever you crit, you have a chance to get a stack of your Dire Beast back. So right there, I was at 1, got another one instantly, and then I was back at 2 stacks already. So that's the reason I take it. And then when you use this in PvP, you have a preset stat template, and I think the crit in that is like 30% around there. So you have a 30% to get a 30% chance to get one of your Dire Beast backs, and that synergizes very well with Way of the Cobra, and especially with the Kill Command nerfs that came out in 7.2.5, where it doesn't do nearly as much damage as it did before. What you're going to want to be doing is really just spamming Cobra Shot when you're taking away the Cobra and One of the Pack, because you're going to have a lot of pets out, you're going to have a lot of focus, and you're just going to want to dump all that focus while you're building it up again, and then Way of the Cobra really synergizes and brings this whole, like, kind of build together, I think. For level 75 talents, Binding Shot, you can use it. You can use any of the talents here. I take Intimidation just for Battlegrounds. It's an instant stun whenever your pets are on someone. Binding Shot, you can use it if you're trying to kite someone out. It's lower cooldown, but I don't think it's as good as Intimidation in Battlegrounds. Wyvern Sting, you use that for arenas. It's easy to set up traps and stuff whenever you use that. For the level 90 talents, I take Murder of Crows. Your mastery increases pet damage, so Murder of Crows is going to be definitely the talent you're going to want to go for. You can use Volley, or I don't think I've used Barrage as Beast Mastery in a really long time. You can use Volley if you just want, I guess, active uptime on damage increase, but I like Murder of Crows just because it's easy to sustain on someone. And if you kill someone while it's up, it resets the cooldown, so another incentive to taking that. Usually you can do that with this build, because your burst is, it's pretty nutty. Level 100 talents, Stampede, I don't take it. I don't take any of the bottom row talents except for Aspect of the Beast. And even then, Aspect of the Beast isn't that good. I think Blizzard should redo the bottom row talent. I don't think any of the choices are really that good in PvP right now. Especially Killer Cobra. Everyone always tells me to take Cobra or Killer Cobra, and I don't like it. The reason being, I mean, Bestial Wrath resets cooldown. Whenever it's active, it's going to reset the cooldown on a kill command. But without kill command doing as much damage as it did in the last patch, and especially when you don't even have Go for the Throat anymore, which is an Honor Town, it doesn't seem like that worth to me. I like the bleed just from aspect of the beast. It's always going to be up. Whenever you gap close with kill command, you're going to have a bleed on them. Stampede, it's really good damage. It does a decent amount of burst, but someone can just move out of it. And that's why I never take it. I've tried it before. I don't like it all that much. When you're running aspect of the beast, you're going to use... Don't whisper me. Threes? No, man, get out of here. When you're using aspect of the beast, you're going to want to basically just gap close with kill command, and you're going to get a bleed up, and then you're just going to spam Cobra Shot. So, Honor Talents, I take Gladiator's Medallion. I also take... You can't take Initiation if you want to get a lot of Dire Beast procs. That would be a build to try out in Battlegrounds. I don't think it would work that well in Arena, but you can try it if you guys want. I usually take Quick Shots just for the extra haste. It's just an extra haste buff. You can really take any of the second row Honor Talents. They can be good in different situations. Dragon Skill Armor, you're going to want to take it when you're going against someone with a lot of damage over time effects, Affliction Lock, Shadow Priest, whoever really has Fire Mage. Let's name off all the classes. Affliction Lock, Shadow Priest, maybe Unholy Death Knight. Probably not. I don't think Boomkin, because Boomkins don't really do that much damage over time. It's more just initial burst damage. Those are really the classes you'd want to take it against. Cat-like Reflexes, take it against melee, increases your dodge chance by 30% for 4 seconds. Whenever you get crit, it's pretty good buff. Whenever I'm playing melee, I find this to be fairly annoying, because a lot of times hunters will just get crazy RNG and just dodge a lot of shit. Survival Tactics reduces all harmful damage, and magical effects taken by 99% by 99% for 1.5 seconds. I don't think I've ever taken this. Seems pretty worthless to me, and on a 30-second cooldown for 99% damage reduction for 1 second, it doesn't seem that useful to me. Okay, 4th row, Viper Sting, Scorpion Sting, Spider Sting. All these have different uses, I guess. Viper Sting reduces healing done. It's pretty self-explanatory. If someone's low, you're going to want to throw this on them, or if someone's getting a big heal on them. Sorry about that, my phone's going off. I'll just throw that all the way over there. And it's going to reduce the healing they take. It's like Mortal Strike, except you can even cast it while stunned too, which I didn't know. So if you're looking to reduce healing, take that. Scorpion Sting, if you're like 1v1ing a melee, go ahead and take this. Let's say a warrior pops a battle cry, you can do this, and it will probably get rid of their 100% crit and make it down to 50. They'll still crit you a shit ton, but they'll definitely help the ease the pain. Spider Sting, I don't think I've ever taken this. I need to try it. I know I've talked about it. It basically silences someone whenever they use a spell, offensive spell, so for 4 seconds. So it's almost like Silencing Shot, I guess, when that was a thing. Not bottom row. Second to bottom row talent, the Beast Within reduces the cooldown of Bestial Wrath by 10 seconds, which is good synergy with Dire Beast and one at the pack. And you become immune to fear and horror effects. That's why I take it. Separation Anxiety, I don't see any point. When your pet is further than 25 yards away from you, it gains up to 50% additional movement speed and 25% damage reduction. Effect increased when your pet is further away. Separation Anxiety was, I'd say, viable at the minimum when it was damage increase whenever you're not in a certain range of your pet. And then Blizzard just completely not overhauled, but they definitely changed the ability or talent enough to where it's not really useful in most situations. And then Wild Protector reduces damage by 10% whenever your pet's within 8 yards of you. I don't take this. Usually, most of the time, your pet's not within range of you unless you're hitting like a rogue for some reason. Bottom row talents, I don't take Interlope, and again, it's redirect hostile spells to your pet. You can use this against casters, but your pet has to be within 10 yards of you, so I guess if you really, really want to avoid spells, you could try this out. I'm too bad for that. I don't think I'd be able to pull this off, but if you're like Tosin or some fucking rank 1 hunter, you could probably do that. Dire Beast Basilisk, this is basically just like a pet that hits for 200k, and if someone's not paying attention, it definitely chunks people, but More often than not, when someone sees a huge crocolisk walking towards them, they kind of have the thought to back away. And then Dire Beast Talk. This would be good for RBGs maybe on Eye of the Storm or somewhere where Arathi Basin, somewhere where there's going to be a lot of enemies packed really tightly together. And again, this is going to increase your way of the Cobra damage. Same with Dire Beast Basilisk, which is why I use it too. That's an extra 10% damage. So even just popping your 2 pets, these 2, and then either one of those, you're going to have a 50% damage increase to your Cobra shot, which is why I take away the Cobra. So that is the talents to Beast Mastery Hunter. I suppose we can go over the stats, really. In PvP, it doesn't really matter because they're stats templates. Here's mine. I know you want Mastery because increase the damage of your pets. And then I think it's... I'd like to say it's crit for PvE. This is all towards PvE, by the way. Stats don't matter in PvP. Your gear doesn't matter in PvP unless... only the item level that you have counts in PvP and your artifact traits. But anyway... Mastery, crit, haste, versatility. That's the order it goes in versatility, and obviously everyone knows that does. Haste, you get more auto shots off, more crits off, faster cast times, faster attack times, faster pet attack times, all that jazz. So, we can talk about legendaries. I don't know much about it. Let's see what this gives you. Bestial Fury. And I'm pretty sure that's 15% damage increase buff, so... I don't know what the best in slot for legendaries is. I'm going to be 100% honest. At this point, you just take what you can get. Of course, if you have a lot of legendaries and you grind out a character, like a lot over time, you're going to have a lot of legendaries. So if you really want to figure it out, just Google best in slot legendary for Beast Mastery Hunter. It's probably not the hardest thing to figure out. And let's talk about the rotation. Probably the most important thing to this guide. So for PvP, what Beast Mastery relies around is you just spamming Cobra Shot. And I guess we'll talk... I didn't mean to do that. Okay, my bad. That's going to be a little bit annoying for you guys, so I'll just walk away, because that's going to make a decent amount of noise. Now I'm in the snow. Okay, so let's just talk about our abilities. And this is like... this is probably one of the most simplistic specs there is in the game. You almost have... I think it's like 4 of 5 abilities that you press a lot, so it's definitely not the hardest spec. If anything, I think Beast Mastery Hunter is probably one of the easiest specs in the game right now. So if you're looking for an easy spec where you can just do nothing, I'd suggest BM Hunter. So I'm just going to go down all this, talk to you guys about all the abilities and what. So, Murder Crows does a damage over time effect over 15 seconds, and then if the target dies, it resets the cooldown. So if you kill someone while you murder of crows them, it's going to reset the cooldown. You can just use it again. I use this a lot, Warsong Gulch, Battlegrounds, anything like that, where I see someone getting focused just super hard, you just throw it on them, resets the cooldown, you use it again. Aspect of the Cheetah increases your movement speed by 90% and then by 30% after 3 seconds. So really fast right now, and then after I'm going to be a little bit slower. That's how it works. Aspect of the Turtle reduces all damage you take by 30% for 8 seconds, and it also gives you a heal that heals you for, I think it's 40%. Right there. 40% of your max health over its duration. So that's kind of your 2 heals that you have are Exhilaration and Aspect of the Turtle. Usually I pop them both together. It'll get you up to about 80 to 90% health. It's a lot of healing for a hunter spec. Aspect of the Wild grants you and your pet 10 focus per 1 second and 10% increased critical strike chance on all attacks for 14 seconds. This is increased by 4 seconds with your artifact, and it also increases your damage. I'm trying to look for the damage thing. There's some honor tone that increases your damage by a certain amount. I think it's like 20% whenever you use Aspect of the Wild. Okay, well, I'm apparently hallucinating because I swore that was a thing. Okay, well, yeah, I don't know. I totally thought that was... Okay, well, apparently not. Anyway, Bestial Wrath. If you don't know what this is, this has been an ability since vanilla. Increases the damage both you and your pet deal by 33%. Whenever you use Dire Beast, it's reduced by 12 seconds. So you're going to basically want to keep this up as much as possible whenever you're trying to burst someone. And then whenever it's down, you want to use Dire Beast as much as possible. Cobra Shot, this is your main focus spending ability. Basically does 300,000 physical damage. Pretty simple. doesn't require that much thought. Concussive shot just slows a target. Everyone knows what that is. Counter shot is your one interrupt or your kick or whatever you want to call it. It's a 24-second cooldown, which I don't know why. It's the longest interrupt in the game, I think, out of all the classes, other than mage. So, we have a 24-second interrupt. That's what I'm trying to get at. Dire Beast summons a pet, and your pet does, if you're expecting to stomp, it's going to do damage, so that's what Dire Beast does. Anyway, disengage, leap backwards, and then if you have post haste, it'll speed increase you. Eagle Eye, you can use it to look somewhere. I don't think I've ever fucking used that. Exhilaration heals you for 30% of your max health and your pet for 100%. Just to heal. Feign Death, it basically untargets you from someone and makes it look like you're dead. If you don't know what Feign Death is, I'm sorry. Flare gets stealth people out of stealth. It's pretty good against rogues, feral druids, demon hunters, night elves, anything like that, really. Intimidation, just a stun. Your pet stun someone for 5 seconds. Kill commands. Again, basic physical damage. PvE, it hits harder. There's also an honor talent where it has a chance to deal extra nature damage right there. Most of the time in PvP, I don't find kill command being worth using. Misdirection, I don't think I've ever used it. Multi-shot, if people are really grouped up in a battleground, you can use multi-shot, and then Beast Cleave, which is right here, which I'll just read both of them. After you multi-shot, your pet's melee attacks also strike all other nearby enemy targets for 100% as much for the next 4 seconds. That's worded very oddly. So multi-shot and Beast Cleave synergize really well, especially with Stomp too. I'm pretty sure all of my pets. Yeah, so if I have 2 Dire Beast up, both my pets, and then multi-shot, it's just going to be a lot of damage. Pet utility, if you're a hunter, you should just know that. Titan's Thunder is your artifact ability. When you use Titan's Thunder, there's an artifact taunt, which I believe is... Okay, that's Aspect of the Wild one. So Aspect of the Wild triggers this one, which is basically extra burst. It's like another Titan's Thunder, honestly. And then there's this one, which is also an artifact major trait, whatever you want to call it. Basically does more nature damage whenever you use Titan's Thunder. And I think that's about it, ability-wise. Okay, now we get into the rotation of Beast Mastery Hunter. So, your burst. Let's start with the burst, I guess. So, Bestial Wrath. You're going to open with that. Or you murder crows. I'll show you guys what I do. So, in an ideal situation, you're going to want a murder of crows. Probably kill command to get the bleed up. Dire Beast. And then Bestial Wrath and Dire Beast again. Pop Aspect of the Wild and Titan's Thunder. And then just spam Cobra Shot. Over and over and over again. Use kill command whenever it's up for the bleed. And then just keep spamming Cobra Shot. And this is how I play Beast Mastery Hunter in PvP. And you'll see here, my Bestial Wrath is almost up already. I have all my pets on him. I have like 4 pets on the guy right now. In PvP, whenever you're bursting, you're going to want to summon your Dire Beast Basilisk sometime in there. And I'll burst here again. I don't have any of my other cooldowns up except Bestial Wrath, but that's basically how you burst as BM Hunter. You pop Titan's Fury, or Titan's Thunder, Aspect of the Wild, Bestial Wrath, Dire Beast Basilisk, kill command once, murder of crows, use Dire Beast whenever it lights up, and then just spam Cobra Shot. And that's how you burst. And basically the ability priority, I guess. When you're not bursting, I guess it consists of using Titan's Thunder in conjunction with Bestial Wrath as much as possible, because the damage increase with your artifact ability is pretty nice. Using Dire Beast whenever you can reduces the cooldown of your Bestial Wrath, obviously. It's definitely something you're going to want to prioritize. Using Murder of Crows, keeping the bleed up from kill command, I think, is one of the big things, and also keeping your pets in range of someone. So you're going to want to use Concussive Shot quite a bit to stay in range and keep your pets in range. And the good thing about 7.2.5 is that your pets have a 40-yard range on kill command, so it's fairly easy to keep your pets on someone, but it can still be kind of a bitch. But yeah, that is the PvP guide for Beast Mastery Hunter. It's one of the more simple specs. I if you guys ask questions about pets, I have a spirit beast for Battlegrounds just for the spirit heal, and then I usually have a bird for the heal reduction. You can get a devil sword too, I'm pretty sure it does the same thing, but I'm too lazy to do that, so I just went to Valsharon, got a bird. That's about it, guys. On Battlegrounds, I usually run Ferocity. You can use Cunning, I just like the damage from... I'm sure it's the same, but you can test with either of them. This one gives you Roar Sacrifice, makes you immune to a crits, so if you're going against a warrior, definitely go Cunning. Other than that, that is the BM Hunter Guide. It was about 20 minutes, one cut, no editing, minimal voice cracks, hopefully. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you guys liked the video, give it a thumbs up, helps me a lot. Feel free to share this around with your friends if they do BM Hunter PvP, I don't know. Leave a comment saying what guides you want to see. I'm planning on getting all the specs done in at least a month or two for PvP, and then maybe move into PvE after that. But yeah, subscribe if you guys want. Follow my Twitch and Twitter in the description below. Let me know what class you guys want to see next. And as always, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.